That ass is unmistakable. Why is it, Daniel, that you and Suicide move the exact same way in the ring? Strange, huh? Now, Daniels, why is it that every time Suicide comes from God knows where and ends up in the middle of this ring, all these people chant your name? Now, Daniels, in case you couldn't tell, those are all rhetorical questions. So now let me break it down for you real easy right here. You're nothing but a low, down, dirty, filthy, stinking liar! You are Suicide. You've been Suicide tonight, and you've been Suicide since day one. All you did was find a loophole to come back and steal my partner's X Division title.
He's got a great point. You know, I've never seen Suicide and Daniels at the same place at the same time.
Now, whether or not Jeff Jarrett had anything to do with it, we don't care. That is not what's important right now. But what is important is that you make amends right here, right now, and admit to the entire world that you are Suicide.
He already has a mic.
I just wanted to hit him.
Let's get one thing clear. I don't owe you an explanation, and I don't owe you backup. I don't owe you an explanation.
Convenient.
The important thing is, Jeff Jarrett brought me back to TNA. Chris, back up, or I'm going to break your face. Jeff Jarrett brought me back to TNA, and now that I'm here, I'm going to do what I do best, and that's wrestle. I don't have time for video games or masks or rappelling. You want to know about Suicide? You want to know who Suicide is? You. Ask him yourself.
All right. How about I ask Suicide? I think we have time for one more rhetorical question, just to clarify for these idiots exactly who Suicide is. Who are you, Suicide? Huh? Who are you? You! You, huh?
I'm Daniels. And more important than that, now I'm pissed off.
How much can one man take when it comes to these accusations? Daniels headed up to here. Now it's unloading on both members of the gun.
He's just got defensive because the gig is up. All the guns wanted to do was talk, and you can see Daniels upset that they found out all about him. Now getting ticked off, trying to take it out on these guys.
And now the gun's paying the price for those accusations for shelling out Saban. And it doesn't look like Daniels is finished yet. Pointing over to the corner. He's going to go for the BME. Here it is, best moonsault ever. Oh, and the guns get out of the way.
Well, the Guns made their point, and it's obvious this isn't over between the Guns and Daniels, a.k.a. Suicide.
TNA cameras have been following Mick Foley all throughout this broadcast as he looks for backup to counter Kurt Angle's hostile takeover. Initially, the Motor City Machine Guns turned him down. Now Foley's talking to Samoa Joe.
Listen, Joe, I want to talk to you. By the way, it's quite a knife there. You could probably open up a pretty serious wound with that thing. And speaking of wounds, Joe, did you check out this 25 stitcheroonies up there, which is really why I need your help. Kurt Angle has it in his head for some reason. He's going to attack me, take over my office, something along those lines. I'd like to know you've got my back. Joe, I mean, this is Mick here. This is Mick here, the guy who used to talk about you all the time when you were starting out on the independents, the guy who saw something in you. This guy who talked you up, carried your 8x10 around, waved the banner of Samoa Joe. I just need to know, Joe, that you're going to be there, watching my back, because my peripheral vision is a little bit off today. Looks like I'm going to have to go to Plan C.
Actually, I'm a big country fan. Huge country fan. Give me some Keith Urban. Oh yeah, Kenny Chesney, bam! Some of my favorite foods. Barbecue wings, pepperoni, pizza, maybe a little sausage sometimes, and a little beer. Oh yeah. If I wasn't a professional wrestler, I'd probably be living in my parents' basement. Most important thing in life is these things. Yeah! Actually, growing up, I always knew I wanted to become a wrestler. But I actually wanted to be an American Gladiator, too. 90210! Yeah! Actually, if I had a superpower, I'd love to see through everything. Walls, doors, clothes, towels, underwear. What? Everything I wish for comes true, so... yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with the stipulation that Cody Deaner is allowed to use weapons. However, Abyss is not. Introducing first, accompanied by ODB from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, Cody Deaner.
Under normal circumstances, Cody Deaner wouldn't stand a chance in a one-on-one match against the Monster Abyss. Very fortunately for Cody Deaner, and thanks to Dr. Stevie Richards, these aren't normal circumstances.
I don't think he had to go very far outside of his trailer to find his weapons, according to what I'm seeing so far.
His opponent stands 6 feet 8 inches tall. He weighs 350 pounds. He is the Monster.
The unwavering belief in faith by Abyss that Dr. Stevie always knows what's best for him has put him in a position where he stands to take a brutal beating tonight because Stevie Richards has Abyss brainwashed that being hit with weapons over and over again might trigger something in his brain that would cause Abyss to fear rather than embrace weapons. He finds himself in a defenseless position tonight against Cody Deaner, who is free to use anything he can bring to the ring.
I don't care if I've been given an AK-47 as a weapon. The last thing I want to do, if I've had no wrestling experience like Cody Deaner, is get in that ring with a Monster Abyss. Trust me, a lot of things can go wrong here, and all of them can happen to Cody Deaner.
And you can see the phrase "giver" on the weapons and on the trash can that Cody Deaner brings to the ring. And I had a chance to talk to Cody Deaner earlier today.
I hope ODB translated it for you.
And he told me that the giver isn't so much as a word as it is a state of mind. To giver means to give everything that you got, full throttle, pedal to the metal.
Well, of course it does. While you were talking to him, Mike, did you ask him where he got his wrestling gear? I mean, look at these knee pads. I mean, look at these things. They're held up by duct tape. He's got duct tape on his wrist.
I do have to admit, as we see the head of Abyss busted open, I did see Cody Deaner going through the dumpster out by the locker room backstage. He found some old knee pads, and I guess he fixed them up with the crusty duct tape that he's also used around his wrist. As you can see, Abyss takes away the kendo stick and the look of fear as reality sets in for Cody Deaner. Oh, he's got him by the mullet.
I mean, let's face it, Abyss has been hit by everything under the sun and by some of the biggest people in this business. I mean, Cody Deaner hitting him with a kendo stick, hitting him with a trash can lid is nothing he hasn't faced before.
ODB calling Cody Deaner over. I think they're going to replot their strategy.
You know, Michael, all this talk about Kurt Angle and when he's going to be to Mick Foley later on and about Sting not being here. What about Bobby Lashley? You got any information on that?
Well, Bobby Lashley debuted at Lockdown. We saw him last week on Impact, but I have to admit, I haven't seen Bobby Lashley at all today.
Think about what a perfect fit Bobby Lashley would be for the main event Mafia. former world champion, amateur wrestling background. Obviously, Kurt, you can tell by his expression, he likes it.